Right, this video is for green architecture, and we are talking room sizes and relationships today. This goes along with activity 1.9. I'll get my face out of the way here if I can. We'll put you right up there. All right. All right, so we're talking room size and relationships. Now, as we start talking about our homes that we live in or plan, there are three distinct areas. We have the living area, we have the sleeping area, and the service area. And my goal is to break these all down and help you identify what parts of our homes fit into each of these areas. As you're watching this, please take some notes in your engineering notebook, and you'll use this to answer questions in a study guide a little later. All right, so as we look at our living areas, we kind of have them broken down. If you look at a house, we've got areas such as a family room, we've got kind of a kitchen, a nook is kind of like a small eating area. We even have an outside patio, dining room, sunken living room, and another patio area. All right, let's move along and see what we can learn about these today. So the first area of our house is going to be called the living area. And typically we have a formal living area. It might be used for guest entertaining. Maybe you have family over and you might entertain or visit in that area. Quiet conversation might take place there. Also, very commonly, this is located near an entryway. If you look at our house example, here is probably our entryway to the house, and here is our living room that we may have guests over. We might spend some time there. Generally, size of a common size of a living room, pretty large room, as you'll learn as we go through this, about 13 by 18, give or take a couple feet. That's a pretty common size. An informal living area may be used for similar things. You might also have this to be like your family entertaining, your family room, if you will. Maybe that's where you spend a lot of time watching TV. Formal living rooms oftentimes don't have a TV in them. I have a formal living room, and I don't have a TV in there. I've got several chairs, so it's a nice place for visiting when we have guests over. Informal living area, again, more like a family room area, kind of an everything room where you might hang out with friends, spend some time, things like that. Maybe just a little bit smaller than our formal living room area, about 13 by 16. Making some notes of these sizes would be helpful because part of what we'll do in this activity is we'll design a house and the layout for it, get some general sizes for this, and we'll use it later on in our class as well. Another part of a living area might be our dining room. Typically, easy access to the kitchen. Again, look at our example here. Here is our dining room, and right next to it's the kitchen. We have like a walkway goes between those because dining area, of course, that's where we serve food. We maybe share our family meals there, things like that. Sometimes a dining room might be called a nook. If you look at our floor plan example here, we've got a small nook, a 14 by 9. Sometimes they're referred to as a breakfast nook, but just a small informal eating area, casual dining, if you will. Generally, the size of a formal dining room, probably closer to 11 by 14, maybe just a little bit smaller than our family rooms. If you have a casual dining room, maybe just a little bit smaller, 9 by 11 would be a common size. Some of the characteristics that we have with our living area, residents and guests, we play and relax here. Natural lighting, so big windows are a common thing here. Formal entryway or foyer is placed near this because that's kind of where we come in and we settle down in there to visit and entertain and relax. What rooms are part of the living area? Commonly, we would have things like the dining room. We would call it maybe the great room, which is usually a combination of a living room, dining area type of thing. Even things like a porch or an outdoor patio could be part of our um, our living area. So don't forget about those areas. Even sometimes our outside patios are an extension of our home itself. Next area is called the sleeping area. So we started with a living area. Now we have a sleeping area. We can probably guess what we put in there. Things like bedrooms, right? So we show here we've got a bedroom number 3, bedroom 2. We've got a master bedroom over here, and we've got a wardrobe or maybe even like a walk-in closet area. Those are our sleeping areas. Usually we want to place our sleeping areas, our bedrooms, away from the noise. You think of how a house is designed. Typically, bedrooms are not right by the front entryway. There's a room that buffers them, so keeps that noise away. So as people come and go, if you are sleeping, you're not going to get woken up by that. So away from busy traffic areas. Sizes vary just a little bit. You may have found some of these similar sizes when you sketched out your bedroom. A 9 by 10 is a general, a good size for a bedroom. You might have a little bit larger. Oftentimes, if we have master bedrooms, maybe in a family's home, that's where your parents' bedroom might be. It might be a master bedroom, a little bit larger. Here we're showing 13 by 6. Oftentimes, a master bedroom might have a master bathroom to go along with it. It might have a walk-in closet. So a lot of times, bigger, more spacious rooms might be putting things like a queen size or king size bed in there. Kind of allows for extra space. Then sometimes even a sitting area is included in a master bedroom. Some of the things we might have in our sleeping area, I'm going to turn something off here, would be commonly would have a closet. Every bedroom has to have a 4 foot wide by 24-inch deep closet. As we start considering building things, there are such things as building codes, which we probably won't spend much time on in our class, but basically there are rules that are set apart in each county and state that say just exactly what has to be included. And every bedroom has to have a 4 foot wide by 24-inch deep closet. Now, that works good as a sound buffer. I know in my own bedroom at home, I've got my bedroom, and on the other side of the wall, I have our family room. So to make a sound buffer, if you can envision, we've got a closet here and the hanging bar where you might have clothes hanging on. Those clothes make a good sound buffer. Um, Also, bedrooms might have a walk-in closet. Typically, that's more commonly used in a master bedroom. Walk-in closets usually not huge, but bigger than your standard closet. So maybe 6 by 6, so a room to walk in the door, and maybe you have a clothes hanger on both sides of it. Oftentimes, a linen closet might be a part of that if you've got a bathroom in there. Pretty small, 2 foot by 18. Maybe you might keep things like sheets and pillowcases and towels and things like that. All right, let's move on to the next one here, if I can. All right. Sleeping areas, kind of the characteristics that are common with that. Bedrooms, again, they're private. Should not have a walk-through, should not have to walk through a bedroom to get it into another room. If we have, and it's a new house, that's a pretty poor design. Sometimes out of necessity in older homes, we may have to have a walk-through to get to another area. But if you're designing a home, I don't want to have to walk through a kid's bedroom to get to a master bedroom. Okay. Second area, consider things like privacy, noise levels, activity. Rooms that are adjacent are considered when planning bedroom locations. Don't put a noisy entryway right next to a sleeping area. If someone gets up early to go to work, you don't want to hear the noise and the traffic of that. Master bedrooms may include a sitting area. They may include things like a master bathroom or a walk-in closet. Those are some of the characteristics that we might see. So what rooms do we have in a sleeping area? Well, you've guessed it already. You've got bedrooms, of course, but what else might be in there? Well, we might also consider having a master bathroom. If you look at our master bedroom here, we have a master bathroom. Okay, so typically it's bedrooms, but we could also include if there is a bathroom that's installed inside the bedroom, we might consider that part of our sleeping area. Next category would be our service areas. And you see them highlighted here. We show a kitchen, and it looks like a small bathroom, maybe some laundry facilities, things like that. Our furnace and our water heater, those that are color coded in green might be our service areas. So what's common with a service area? Well, typically, especially bathrooms, We want privacy from the living area. Okay. We also want easy access from other areas. If we have a common use bathroom, we want to have it so it's accessible for anyone that's in the house. Typically, we'd like to place two or more bathrooms back to back so they share the same wall that has plumbing or pipes coming in. It will help save some cost going forward. Some of the next things here, some abbreviations. Make sure you write these down. Some understandings about things. A half of a bath. Sounds kind of strange, doesn't it? But a half bath in the architectural world is considered to have just a lavatory and a WC. Well, what's a lavatory? What's a WC? Well, a lavatory is kind of a fancy name for a sink where you'd wash your hands. And a WC is abbreviation for a water closet, okay? Water closet is what we used to call toilets back in the day because they had kind of a big water tank or a closet hanging from the wall. And as you pull a lever, the water would, by gravity, fall down and flush the toilet, so to speak. That's a half bath. Has a lavatory and a water closet. Also, we could have a three-quarter bath, three-fourths of a bath. Sounds kind of strange again. Now we're going to add one more element. We still have the lavatory. We have to have the sink to wash our hands. We have to have the water closet. We already know what that is. And then we're going to add a shower. So just a stand-up shower. That's a three-quarter bath. Then finally, a full bath. Typically, you'd have a lavatory, a water closet, and then a bathtub. Now, that bathtub may have a shower head in it as well, but traditionally, bathtubs are part of a full bathroom. Then we go one step further. You could have a master bathroom. And of course, you have a lavatory, you have a water closet, has a tub. Then we might even include a separate shower. That's my dream. Someday to have a master bath where I could have not only the tub, but a separate shower. I like the idea of having that space. Generally, your bathroom should be approximately 6 feet by 9 feet. I know some bathrooms, like in my house, is small. It's probably 5 feet by 6 feet, if that. And I'm looking for an opportunity to expand that because it's just too small. In some larger homes, we might have a more spacious room. Start putting double sinks and things in. You might have even bigger, but the general size would be a 6 by 9. Laundry room would also be part of our service area. May contain a sink, could have a folding table, clothes racks, ironing board, all those things that help you do laundry. Laundry supplies and storage, maybe near an exterior access for hanging clothes outside. That's kind of a strange thing. Not sure if many people have clotheslines outside anymore, but that was kind of common. I know when I was growing up, my mom always had a clothesline. Maybe some of you still have that. We ought to also keep it near other rooms that need plumbing because for your washer and dryer, especially your washer, but if you have a sink in there too, you have to have water supply. So you might have a bathroom on the opposing wall so they could share plumbing again. Typically, it could be anywhere from maybe a 3.5 to 6.5 foot, 33 by 66 inch, or it could be as large as 10 by 10. My laundry room's in the basement. It's pretty good size. It's probably 10 by 12. So they vary in size. Service areas also might consider something like a garage used for storing your car or truck, yard equipment, sporting equipment. We often have, well, it's actually by code again. There's back to those rules for building. We have to have a firewall between them. And what that basically means is maybe you've heard of sheetrock before or gypsum wallboard. It's the same thing, really. What that does is it slows down. If you have a fire, it slows it down. So you may have gas cans and things like that in the garage that are flammable. So we have to put a firewall between the garage and the rest of the house. So in case there's a fire, it doesn't transfer into the house very quickly and easily. Generally, sizes of garages, a single stall, 12 by 24. If it's a double stall, 22 feet by 24 feet. And our kitchen, of course, we do service there because we prepare things. We don't live there. We don't sleep there, but it's the service area. We use that probably the most. So if you're ever remodeling a house, one of the best investments is to remodel your kitchen. Add some money to that because it's used by everyone. We want to have that to have good view of play areas if you're a family with children. Maybe view of the inside and outside. Maybe you've got a backyard. Your kitchen might have a nice window to the outside to see so you can observe what's happening out there. Close to an exit. That's pretty important because we need to go get groceries once in a while, and to carry them in, it makes it a lot easier if you're near a doorway, so you don't have to carry them as far. Major appliances need to be 4 to 9 feet from each other. Things like a stove, a sink, a refrigerator, dishwasher. Common size for kitchen, 10 by 10. Mine is significantly bigger. I think last time I measured it was probably 9 by 16, 9 by 17. It's a nice size kitchen. We really appreciate that. Some of the characteristics of service areas. Service or working areas are often grouped together. So you might find your laundry room could be close to your kitchen. Your kitchen could be close to your garage, things like that. These are often noisy areas, so if we can make a buffer between them and your bedrooms, that's a good idea. And then when designing a two-story home, a bathroom should be on each level. Bathrooms are also, general use bathrooms are part of our service areas. So what rooms are part of that? Well, we highlight them here in green. The garage, the kitchen, typical bathrooms that everyone gets to use, not the master bathroom. Those tie into the sleeping area, but a public or general use bathroom, and then our laundry rooms. Those are all common in our service areas. All right, one more piece of information that we consider when we're designing a home is using what's called a kitchen working triangle. If you can envision a kitchen here, we've got our stove, we've got our sink, and a refrigerator, and then we might have a dishwasher here. But these three major appliances, we want to have, sometimes it's called an efficiency triangle. The working triangle has a distance between most of the three common areas, the stove, refrigerator, and sink. The work triangle has points at the front of each sink, front center of the stove, and then front center of the refrigerator. Typically, if I was to measure the perimeter of this triangle, add all three sides together, it should be somewhere between 12 and 21 feet. Any smaller than 12 feet, it's really cramped, and you're going to run into someone else if you've got more than one person working in the kitchen. Much bigger than 21, you've got a long ways to walk between things. So if you look at a couple pictures here, this is a 2D like we've been doing. You can easily see the triangle, or we have a 3D view here. You can kind of see the refrigerator, the stove, and the sink, and that easy movement between them, because we might get something out of the refrigerator. Maybe we have to rinse it off or prep it if it's vegetables or meat, things like that, before we take it to the stove. So easily moving between those three areas. We want to make that efficient. That's our working triangle. To have traffic flow through the kitchen without disrupting work is a great idea. Some kitchens work great for that, others don't. The kitchen really has no traffic through in figure A because it's kind of blocked in. There's only one way in and one way out. Kitchen B has cross traffic through the work area and the sink. Okay, so it might be a little obstruction there. Kitchen C has a disruptive traffic area because there could potentially be a lot of traffic through it, but it has easy access from both sides. So how might we fix that? Well, there are ways we could consider changing that, moving some appliances. Sometimes we have to move walls if we're really going to make it be efficient. All right, to kind of capture everything, what are the common rooms? We might have a room legend like this. If we look at all of these and we try and categorize them, what are the common rooms in our house? In what areas do each of these rooms belong? Well, where does the living room belong? Our living room. Remember, that was part of our living room, is part of our living area. Bathroom, part of our service area. Bedroom, part of our sleeping area. Kitchen, back again to our service area. Dining room, that's part of our living area. Family room, also part of our living area. Laundry room would fit best into the service area. Living room would be our living area. Okay, we're just categorizing each one as we've talked about them. So you kind of see how they fit in. So as we start designing and planning some floor plans, we're going to consider these three areas: living, sleeping, and service areas in our house. All right. What if we have a basement that's not finished? A basement that's not finished. Most often, that would be considered probably a service area. We might have water heater, furnace, laundry, things like that. Basement that might be part of it's finished off, that would probably be part of our living area. We might have a family room or a game room down there. Garage, we know that that's our service area. We've talked about that already. An outdoor patio, I have a couple patio areas at my house, and they're an extension of my living room. So they're, to me, obviously, they would be a part of our living area. Office, could kind of go either way. Would best fit in probably into a living area. Spend a lot of time of our waking hours there. Doesn't fit best into our service area because we're not doing work or fixing or cleaning anything there. Library, probably part of our living area again because we're spending our living time there. We're not going to do so much of preparing, cleaning, things like that.